Something I really like to do when I work on figures is making sure that there's a intimate moment where you're looking into the figure and feeling like you're being seen by them. My name is Blake Kathryn. I am an artist in the digital medium. I came from a graphic design background. I found 3D as my aesthetic moving to New York and pursued it fully when I moved to LA. And I'm very much surrounded by inspiration in my subconscious and the environments I've lived in, and try to just translate concepts and those moments that I visualize into a tangible medium. My experience has been really blessed, honestly. Coming from a digital art background, I really am only able to pursue this because in the mid-2010s, we had kind of art being held to a pedestal degree from the social media train. And with that, I was able to get an audience and get clients, but I was never able to view myself as a full-time artist. And that really came with NFTs. My first experience with it was truly just seeing people I admired pursuing it and actually finding financial means and benefits. And when I saw that, I very much was like, oh, this isn't a fad. This is an actual marketplace. And this is a way to continue to support myself and maybe eventually become a full-time artist. Being from Florida, the reason I left and went to New York and now am in LA is because it was very geographically biased to pursue design, to pursue art. It really mattered where you physically were. And what I love about the NFT space is that kind of takes away that element. And so I love that it kind of evens the playing field and that you really can pursue your own truth, whether it's visual, audio, written, etc., and be seen and recognized. I think it's a moment where it's bringing in a new renaissance for folks who, as long as they're digitally savvy, can experience like a very level playing field in the artistic space. The ones that hit me the most were actually, and again, probably because of COVID, both Twin Sparrow and Contactless Love. And I really didn't expect to resonate so much with the Twin Sparrow story, but I did. Twins are always fascinating because it is a shared DNA, but there is nuance with being an individual. And that one really just hit me with the AI component that further kind of separated them into complete individuals while still being tied through a very much twin relationship. And so that's the main one I'm exploring in my work, whether you take it literally in the twin relationship or even within yourself, this dual relationship, inner and outer turmoil. I find it really powerful. Really, the early ideation is what took the bulk of it. The concept came as I was reading, again, mostly focusing on the Twin Sparrows story. I usually work with a very singular focus, whether it be a scene or a person, etc. And with this, I knew that there would be two people, which is different than what I usually do. And so it was a lot of looking at editorials, fashion shoots, etc., and seeing how you can make a really powerful silhouette of two people and it still be as impactful as having a singular focus. And so a lot of the experimentation went into literally just doing figure studies and looking at it through a lens of what makes the most intense gaze. I have really gotten into, on a technical level, sculpting more nuanced details lately, whether it be figures, whether it be architectural designs, etc. I definitely feel like my artworks, not even by force, just how I work, are all shared universe. I do have a very guilty pleasure focus when it comes to palette and lighting and all of that. So I came from a graphic design background. You have a focus usually with graphic design because it is to be consumed. It's much more objective. And with digital art, it became the exact opposite. It was like, how can I just find my own truth in it? How can I find my own voice and feel authentic? I had ideas and concepts within my head, and I wasn't able to bring them to fruition. And so when I was able to finally pursue it in the midnight burning hours, I really focused on, this isn't a brief, this is what I want to share to the world. With that, basically, I was able to really quickly establish a palette and a cinematic profile. And soon all these concepts were able to come to fruition. I'm a broken horse whenever asked this question. James Jean is my everything. Like literally that's one of like 4 artworks of him behind me. I absolutely love Wong, who is an amazing artist in the film medium. Most of my influences do come from anything in the film region. I mean, maybe that's cliche because I also live in LA. So it really is taking out inspiration from folks who aren't within my medium. And I think that's also just a practice with artists I look up to who have had really prolific careers. They very often did not take inspiration from their peers, but from folks who were outside of that realm and did things that they were incapable of. You know, I took a break after working a lot. I worked all through COVID and I had to take like a mental break. Coming back, I felt extremely re-energized, and I do feel like this is the cusp of my next phase.